Voice recognition. Voice recognition, Andy Jacobs, whenever you're ready.
How many of you sometimes get a tune stuck in your head? How many of you sometimes get a tune stuck in your head and you do not remember where the tune came from? This happens to me a lot. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. This is why I was excited to learn that Google had just added a new feature where you can sing or hum to your phone and Google will find the song that you were humming. This is great news. I've been waiting for this feature because I could use it a lot. I know SoundHound and Shazam are supposed to have this feature already, but they have never worked for me. I once had this tune running through my head. It came out of nowhere. Na, 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 na. I had no idea where it was from. It seemed familiar, but I just couldn't place it. Na, 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 na. This went on for weeks. The tune would pop into my head out of nowhere, and I'd try to think of where I had heard it. I tried humming it for some of my friends. Na, 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 na. But they couldn't help. My wife, Elise, also didn't know where it was from. And even my dad, who usually wins all the music trivia competitions he enters, could not place it. I tried humming it for both SoundHound and Shazam. You could use your druthers to pick which one. They had a few suggestions, but the suggestions were nothing I recognized. This reminded me of a time over 25 years ago. I was visiting my parents at a family event when a friend of theirs pulled me aside. I knew he usually didn't know what he was talking about, but I wanted to be polite. He told me in confidence that he had an idea for a killer app. He said I should quit my job and start working on a computer program to do voice recognition with perfect accuracy. I told him there were already big companies like Microsoft and IBM that already had voice recognition programs. He told me that their products were only 93% accurate. He thought he was the first one to come up with the brilliant idea that a voice recognition product should be 100% accurate. I excused myself politely and headed to the bar. I think of this even now. I'll be sitting in my car and I'll want to call my wife, Elise. I say to my car, "Call Elise." And my car responds, "Okay, calling the police." And I say, "No, stop, cancel." I guess it's still not quite 100% accurate. A few years ago, in a fit of nostalgia, I watched the original Muppet TV show with my kids. In the first season, Bert from Sesame Street made a guest appearance. He sang a song I was vaguely familiar with. I knew what musical it was from, and I knew the first line. I knew the first line because it's the punchline to this joke. Knock, knock. Who's there? Someone chanted. Someone chanted who? Some enchanted evening, you will see a stranger. You will see a stranger. That is Some Enchanted Evening from the musical South Pacific by Rodgers and Hammerstein. But that was all I knew of the song. I found out later that Andrew Lloyd Webber described this song that he did not write as the greatest song ever written for a musical. I wanted to learn the rest of the song, so I was listening closely. Bert sang the next line. Across a crowded room. Oh, across a crowded room. That was it. That was the tune that had been swimming in my head. I was flabbergasted. My subconscious somehow knew what the next line was without me knowing it. Remembering this experience, I decided to test how well Google's new feature would have been in helping me. I used the new command, Google, what song is this? Na, 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 na. And Google said, no results. I tried one more experiment. Google, what song is this? Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. How many of you recognize that song? You probably recognized it as the opening song from the musical Oklahoma, also by Rodgers and Hammerstein. And if so, you did better than Google because Google said, no results. I guess they're still not quite 100% accurate. Maybe there is still a chance for me to get in on that killer app. Or maybe Google just has a blind spot for Rodgers and Hammerstein. Toastmaster of the day.